You stand at the edge of everything you know, peering into the yawning abyss of unknowing. You feel the vertigo of emptiness settling in your bones, as if the world's certainties have been stripped away. That void cracks open your mind, a silent roar that whispers both terror and possibility. You tremble at first, your instincts recoil from the vacuum, but this is the very moment you must lean in, for creation is born in the space left behind when all else falls away. You close your eyes and let the darkness fill your vision, not to smother you, but to sharpen your senses. In that obsidian canvas, each breath becomes a brushstroke, each heartbeat a drum announcing your return to raw being. You, and only you, must become the creator of form from this formless cradle. You begin to map the contours of your own emptiness, the unanswered questions, the dreams deferred, the resentments you have carried like lead. You name them silently. I have been afraid. I have resisted the unknown. I have clung to hollow comforts. Acknowledge each specter and then release it into the void, allowing its energy to swirl free. You let a single whisper rise from those ashes, a kernel of longing, a fleeting spark of desire. It might be a sentence you want to write, a melody you ache to sing, a truth you must declare. You pluck this ember from the darkness and cradle it in your palm, tiny, fragile, incandescent. You open your eyes and trace the ember's path through the abyss, watching as it drifts upward, carving a trail of warmth. Instinct urges you to chase it, yet you understand that creation begins not in frantic pursuit, but in patient communion. You wait for the ember to settle into a niche of the void, as though the darkness itself is forging a niche just for you. You breathe deep and reach into the emptiness, guiding the ember into that hollow. You feel a subtle shift, a hum of resonance as your desire aligns with the yawning gap. In that moment, the void ceases to be a threat and becomes a crucible, an infinite chamber in which your vision can coalesce. You draw out the first tendrils of form, a half-formed melody, a few hesitant words, an instinctive gesture of expression. You offer them to the dark around you as though placing a seed into fertile soil. Each fragment is nourished by the surrounding silence, expanding in slow, deliberate pulses. You cultivate this nascent creation through ritual, an hour of uninterrupted solitude at dawn, a single page you vow to write each night, a melody you hum into your journal. You baptize each act with the memory of the void, the emptiness that gave rise to your spark, so that your work remains tethered to its origin. You encounter resistance, a trembling hand, a blank page mocking you, a note that fizzles and dies. You lean into that friction, naming it your ally. You whisper, "This resistance is the void's final test," and you press on, understanding that struggle is the flame that tempers the steel of creation. You carve out a sanctuary within your day, a sacred alcove of hours protected from distraction, where the void's silence envelopes you like a cloak. In that space, you shape your work with visceral clarity, each brushstroke, each phrase, each chord informed by the tension between nothingness and emergence. You witness the creation steady itself, words forming sentences, notes coalescing into melody, images solidifying into vision. You marvel at how the void, once feared, has become your indispensable collaborator, an ever-present canvas that both challenges and uplifts. You step back and observe your work shimmering against the darkness, like a candle lit in a boundless night. You know this is not an endpoint but a cycle. The void will return, and with it the fertile emptiness that demands your creation anew. You embrace the rhythm of collapse and rebirth, understanding that each plunge into nothingness will yield a new testament of your becoming. You have learned to embrace the void, to drink its darkness and transform it into your incandescent art. The chasm no longer devours you, it fuels you.